Low species value nature system. Facts and truths are used to lie. This is in collusion with a crime method that is sickly, distinctly hurting each age to keep out non-distinctly from being discerned each age of it. Each modern nation, this is the outcome maintained. For example, with reports of Otto Warmbier's death, this is recorded in collusion with where and how they had Comey reported saying they have the right to lie. This is how we have a whole bunch of nations here shared sick with a whole bunch of people on off West Farms Mall, on off other malls, the shared policing of them, on off CCSU, shared policing through time. They're criminally being used by various natures of courts, various natures of police forms, and interbranch criminally foreign influence military, especially associated with the Dillon family. Houses on and off Two Rod Highway, recorded, confessed, and demonstrated. They use the confessions from strangers so they can pretend that you know them in any other context. Because these are people being used criminally against the people that are making confessions. This is another nature of identity theft that maintains polarity, whereas they have life aggressions and they have natures originally still victim predator, high predators, with all private tied into branch, intercampuses, inter interground of education and on off campuses and layers. They're using type rights, pretended care for type rights, recorded to prevent people individual actual rights, individual pretending sequence shift. They're building. This is each identity of volume. Each identity of value is a nature of volume. We have logic. We have the pathology of sensibilities as a criminal insidiousness nature of volume with triages, right where people are most desperate, not by accident. Also, where the most insidious roles with overt criminal enterprises were and are recorded originally and still maintained. They're exploited through their roles with life progressions, as standing up live progression cover up natures, roles with various natures of courts, criminally acting with them, forging names, switching names, so that, in other words, using their rights to lie criminally. These are natures of identity thefts, of exploitation of the areas of the ground. Not if they move on to pretend it's money, pretend they're stupid about value, about jobs, about why Hartford's stuck right next to a river in their face. They're worse than they call that poverty. This Oz, that's shocking Oz. See, this is state scenarios in collusion, criminally foreign influence here, there, every modern nation. In whereas it's completely a fact cheating nature racket associated with negative value nature progressions that are not going to stop. Negative value nature progressions, acts and natures that are not going to be stopped because they were built and stayed to be blamed on other things, others themselves. To help to have that self value, to have everyone pseudo positive. See, positive needs to make positive out of negatives distinctly as a nature of logic with no criminal foreign influence, especially one's legalized, even one is illegalized. See, we have the pseudo morality with the illegal holding marijuana illegal, for example, a cruel and unjust punishment. Identity theft rackets, as the people decide in cases, cruel and unjust punishment. They're in very evil crime roles with uses of time, how they're going to bring the meals out for elderly homes. Everything's timed, everyone's job, uncomfortable because they're in a little box, not by accident, these are not our means. Simultaneously, while that was with all the fact treatments formally on what is sustained fake care, pseudo aggression, pseudo righteousness, only theater. Just because it's sick doesn't mean it, what's in the minds of our justices, the people who hold the guns at the branch, people who hold the gavels. make distinctions with pens, with the words, with their minds. What they can't, how they can't make the distinctions. Originally, still, they came through criminally foreign influence sciences. Victim predators with this theater sustained value, this offensive evidence reception predators. Witch trials, real or made up. They're recorded worse than criminally incompetent or organized crime counting bodies regarding the maintenance never even having been let hurt. All you need to understand is about what James Madison did. I only found out about it in college. Any other teacher, a different book, I wouldn't have found out about it. One part of it. And then the other part I wouldn't even found out because it wasn't even on our list about what James Madison did. And see, we have all the other with theater, the insidious, the stolen identities of our founders. They were forced speech. That was the laws. If anyone was found out, I learned at CCSU in notes. If anyone was found out to have been speaking about building infrastructure outside of what was already designed before our founders were even born here, they hurt them. You can't even speak about things per the laws unless you're in internation monitored database relationships. Internation, because nations individually grouped and together on an identity of negative value nature progression. Because we're inside and as a value nature system run by values nature that is the only one that is simultaneously onto all other things, vaccines. So the scientists share an identity. Every complete identity is simultaneously an unceasing semi-nature relationship to this perfect value progression. Allah's name is used to teach this. This is being obfuscated by people pretending to be Muslims. The Quran warns about this, even if to themselves. The Quran warns that the Quran's telling, if you pay attention, it's telling to value unbelievers. It's demonstrating value unbelievers more than people that think they know all ways. See, but they're not. True. This is about the value as nature, and nature as value. Faith is important because for one of the reasons because campuses were and the human fact-sheeting nature in relationship to the sciences of the ancients, they were already criminally re-engineered before the time of modern religions. Thank God for them. The Trinity is about this. Yin Yang is about this. There are people that know more about yin yang than me, but it fits perfect with English. Eve or Adam and Eve are two different values, but as one nature, which is a trinity. So it says temporary positive, and this is the difference between temporary and lasting positive. This is the difference between how criminal and insidious this nature needs to make positive out of negative, distinctly from our nature with no criminal foreign influences. Know how the rest of nature has no criminal foreign influences. This is states and areas in collusion. These are hurt victims, every modern nation, states and areas. Each position of the human fact-sheeting nature. This is also how there are natures of wealth forced to be self-valued, that you can't value that originally and still and defend us at the same time. They have the concept of reparations dangled like as a breaching tool, effectively, but because we have all victim predators that they're shock and awe with practicality. See, Immanuel Kant, he didn't have free speech. This is about the identity of reason. And this is not about name dropping. This is about actual what people have been trying to heal since ancient times, because humanity was working together to reveal English. That proofs of it are how yin yang fitting inside letter O as value omega. This whole thing we'll examine. I have to finish my book. See, I have to take so much time to do YouTube. You have to upload a video, do the thing. Then you try to show people on Facebook. It's too late now. Now they already got the huge people. They're about telling you guys. Ancient games, see algebraic consciousness. This is the answer. So I'm going to do another video on that. I'm going to do a video on the value nature system. How we're going to make counters and positions, semi-position. How we're going to reveal means to discern, not just as a system that is also states and areas, also nation. That we're going to make the species, nature, or volume see. We are this identity as value, as positive or negative in relationship to it. Everything is in demonstration of this at once. Simultaneously, of how it is a gaining nature of volume. We are unceasing value. As more and more here, or as more forced to hit from here in relationship to it as a value. This is also about how the sounds of English have an identity of relationship to themselves as a language and have the value of that, which is again hyper positive or negative. And this is how languages have an inseparable bond, the same way we do, because our nature of volume does. Individual, grouped, species. This is even letters, individual, grouped, vowels, consonants, the entire value together. Grouped also alpha letters, omega letters, God letters. We'll examine this. The alpha and omega letters, yin yang letters. The value of difference physical is hyper to see what the identity that is every person that has every value at the same time. That has no favoritism. That has what's going to cause negative value nature progressions, acts and natures, or what's going to cause positive value nature progressions, acts and natures, and the fruits and gifts of evolution for real. They have shock and awe with names like with planned ahead of time to keep each age of fact treatment nature. Each means of correlation to the same repeated not by accident states and areas fake passion for Jesus Christ or for the name of Allah. Fake. Whereas how it counts when someone comes around needing to have actual quality of fact treatment nature, even relationship to the hurt of kids and elderly. Everyone's fake. Everyone's playing, everyone's a victim child, a victim predator told to with measured, maintained life progression cover-up roles needed, valued by them. This is the perpetual obfuscation of what is simultaneously delicate. It's value. What is simultaneously hard is value, which is beyond while being them. Only that's why they're both either positive or negative. We have negative every day. Originally and still, criminally foreign influence, fact treatment nature in courts. Life progression uses of them needs to hide their crime roles with the people in the places, even the innocent people set up to hide their very natures, recorded in relationship to what's making negative value nature progressions, action natures going to the court each day. The physics, the physical nature, the physical forced identities of value, not the real one. Forsaken since semi-ancient times, not that voice. It's just your mind. Damn it, Joe.